then we should try.
The band played slow,
the room went still. I knew I should,
but I never will.
We both walked past that red lit sign.
Now we're deep in blurry lines.
We're on the wrong side of right, stealing time in the hush of night. One bad move, but it feels so real, like fate with the rebel's heel. No maps here, no end in sight, just two fools chasing firelight. We're just living on the wrong side of right.
Maybe come tomorrow we'll pay the price, but tonight this wrong sure feels nice. And if regret comes knocking at noon, we'll just blame the band and the moon. We're on the wrong side of right, outlaws caught in a lover's fight. Your hand in mine, never look that side. We don't ask, we don't reply. No goodbyes, just stolen nights, just lips and lies and hungry eyes. We ain't perfect, we ain't polite. We're just living on the wrong side of right. You grabbed your keys and slammed the door, said I ain't doing this no more. Boots were stomping down that floor, but I've seen that show before. You left your socks in the sink again. You never listened, count to 10. I swore I'd leave and not look back, but then you made that stupid quack. I ain't perfect, that's for sure, and I ain't laughing anymore. But darling, stay a little while, not till you drop that crooked smile. You ain't leaving till you smile, not that half smirk. I want full style, that laugh that shakes you out your mood, where your eyes roll but your heart feels good. We can fight, throw boots a mile, but you ain't leaving till you smile. You burned the toast and played it cool. You told our friends I snore and drool. You're lucky I don't walk away, but you keep joking anyway. You slammed the fridge and rolled your eyes. I told you, girl, I love your cries. You tried to frown but cracked a grin. That's when I knew I'd win again. You get under all my skin, but that's where love begins again. We push and pull, but in your style, I see that sparkle through your trial. You ain't leaving still, hanging soft on that cotton sheet, like your ghost won't let me sleep.
I swore I'd go and not look back, but I hesitated on that track. Left my mark on your favorite cup. Guess I wasn't all the way fed up.
You left your lipstick on my goodbye, one last trace where love still lies. That faded print, that crimson curl, still sits heavy in my hollow world. You took your things, but not your cry. You left your lipstick on my goodbye. On goodbye.
I tried to leave clean, shut the door,
But I paused where our shadows wore.
you held your pride, but not your tear, and I left more than I meant to hear. You didn't shout, you didn't plead, just walked away from all we need. But on the mirror, one kiss stayed, a memory I can't wash away.
You left your lipstick on my goodbye, like a truth you couldn't hide. One red whisper, soft but true, saying part of me still misses you.
You took your keys, but not the sky.
You left your lipstick on my goodbye. Maybe it was a sign I meant,
Or maybe love just leaves a scent.
but I see you every time I try to clean that kiss from goodbye. You left your lipstick on my goodbye, and I can't wipe away that white. I still wear it on my chest like a wound I won't confess. You moved on, and I know I should too, but I still see your lipstick on my
You left your boots in the kitchen sink, didn't rinse your plate, didn't stop to think. Then you snored through half my show. I swear you do it just for show.
You bought more shoes, filled up the floor, left 10 candles by the bathroom door. You yelled at me for breathing loud, but still you call me your stubborn cloud.
I roll my eyes, you lose your cool.
I take the blame, you change the rules.
And every time, without a sign, it ends with me uncorking wine.
You start the fight, I pour the wine. You raise your voice, I say you're fine. We fuss and swing like laundry lines,
cry. But baby, you kissed me like you meant goodbye.
You kissed me like you meant goodbye, like the truth was hiding in your side. No packed bags, no loud goodbyes, just silence louder than the sky. We didn't speak, but we both knew why. You kissed me like you meant goodbye.
I heard your heels on the hardwood floor. You didn't slam it, just closed the door. No final words, no sad refrain, just perfume hanging like your name.
You didn't beg and I didn't stay. Guess we gave up in our own way.
We didn't fight, we didn't try. You just kissed me like you meant goodbye.
You kissed me like you meant goodbye, like love had run completely dry. No letters left, no tears to cry, just one last touch we can't deny. We said I'll see you, but that's a lie. You kissed me like you meant goodbye. Maybe love don't need a scene, maybe silence says what words can't mean. But I still feel your lips each night and wonder if you're sleeping right.
You kissed me like you meant goodbye. No fireworks, no reasons why.
Just heartbreak hiding in your eyes, like every truth we lived was shy. And though we never said the line, you kissed me like you meant goodbye. You called me up, said can we talk? I met you where we used to walk. Same old bench by Miller's Lake, same old risk I had to take.
You lit a smoke, I bit my tongue. We both knew where this road had run, but hearts don't learn when they still ache. So we gave love one more break.
Second chance, same mistake, running circles we can't fake, trying to fix a heart that's cracked with the same hands that broke it back. We danced again, but couldn't shake that this was just the same old ache. Second chance, same mistake.
You poured the wine, I played our song. We laughed like nothing had gone wrong. But halfway through your glassy eyes, I saw the same old last goodbye. You wore my
Second chance, same mistake. Building castles by a lake that floods each time we try to trust. Turns dreams to dust and love to rust. We swore this time the chain would break, but some hearts just don't reshape. Second chance, same mistake. I wanted you without the pain. I wanted us, but not this chain. We held on tight, but pulled too late. Some love just don't reincarnate. Second chance, same mistake. Some lessons hearts refuse to take. We kissed like fools, held tight then ran. Still didn't learn who we began. You shut the door, the silence aches. I guess it's time we let it break. Second chance, same mistake.
I ain't got a trophy on my shelf, never beat the world or outshine myself, but I wake up swinging, boots laced tight, and I give this life one hell of a fight. My truck don't shine, it growls and spits, but it still gets me where life hits. I don't lead the race, but I run it fast, 'cause I ain't first, but I sure ain't last. I ain't first, but I ain't last. I get knocked down, but I bounce back fast. I ain't the star, but I ain't the shame. Still dancing hard in the loser's lane. You can laugh, I'll raise my glass to every stumble that I passed. Yeah, I ain't first, but I ain't last. I've loved and lost and loved again. A few good nights, a lot of amen. I've missed my shot more times than not, but I still show up with all I got. I ain't first, but I ain't last. Still got grit in my hourglass. May not shine in the record books, but I'm still swinging with outlaw looks. So if you're down and feeling trash, remember this, that storm don't last. You ain't first, but you ain't last. They don't cheer for folks like me, no limelight, just gasoline. But we keep going mile by mile, turning scars into country style. No, I ain't first, but I ain't last. I drive my life like it's built to crash. Still playing hard with a busted string, still toasting loud with nothing to bring. So here's to underdogs moving fast. We weren't built to break, just built to last. I ain't first, but I ain't last.
Told my friends I wouldn't stay, just one quick beer, then walk away. But the moment I saw your silhouette, I knew I wasn't leaving yet.
You said goodbye just last July. Now you're back with that same old line, just passing through with that crooked grin. But here we go, falling in again.
Swore this bar was not our place,
tip your hat, I fake a laugh, but we both know we're on the same path.
You pull a chair, I order gin. Like love's a game we never win.
You spin your ring, I check the time, but every word still tastes like wine. And when you hum that old George Strait, I know it's already too late.
You raise a glass like nothing's wrong, but girl, we've danced to this too long.
And every door we try is fake. It's a goodbye we
Never take. Ain't no exit in this bar. We play tough, but leave a jar of every kiss we ever stole between the jukebox and our souls. It's not the neon, it's who we are. Ain't no exit in this bar. Maybe we're just stuck in time, or maybe we're just stuck in rhyme.
But I'd rather stay and feel this sting than walk away from everything.
Ain't no exit in this bar, not for hearts this torn apart. We say we'll leave, we shut the tap, but find our way back where we had one more spark, one more scar. Ain't no exit in this bar.
Sunday morning skies turning gold, but I ain't dressed in no white robe. I got a river running past my tires and a heart full of dirt and wildfire. Preacher talks in suits and pews, but my church wears mud on boots. I found grace in the wild and wide, where the Spirit rides shotgun by my side. It's a back road baptism in dust and light, where the soul begins, where the wind sings hymns through pine and wire, and the holy rolls on rubber tires. No stained glass, no cathedral kiss, just freedom in a place like this. I ain't washed in water clear, but Lord, I found you out here. Mama prayed I'd come back home, but I found truth in red dirt roads, in every mile an engine hum. I heard the voice I was running from. It's a back road baptism, forgiveness in the setting sun, with bugs on glass and gravel prayers. I lost my guilt out in the air. No choir robe, no scripted bliss, just backbeat grace and a rebel's kiss. I ain't dressed for heaven near, but Lord, I feel you out here. Sometimes mercy wears worn tires, sometimes faith lights campfire, and sometimes love don't preach in lines. It revs its soul in overtime. It's a back road baptism, hands up high, no catechism, just a howl and an open sky, and tears I didn't mean to cry. If heaven's way sincere. From this back road, baptism out here.
Lipstick, pretending I'm stoned. You said, darling, didn't we swear last time? And I said, yeah, but lies still rhyme.
You wore that scent I can't forget, same as the night our hearts first met. You laughed and said, this ain't a tune, just barroom promises and cheap perfume.
Barroom promises and cheap perfume,
where hearts get loud in a lonesome room.
We swear we're done and start again, with one slow dance and 2 shots of sin. We say never by the neon bloom,
but we're still caught in this old saloon.
Barroom promises and cheap perfume.
I told myself don't take that seat, but your eyes lit fire under my feet. You poured me a lie with that sideways grin, and I drank every drop you poured me in.
You look like hurt with a little hope, all cowboy charm and unraveling rope. I said this time, let's not resume, but your kiss still smelled like cheap perfume. Barroom promises and cheap perfume,
words that vanish by the afternoon.
we swear we're wise and fall too fast, try to rewrite what couldn't last. We say goodbye but make more room for one more lie beneath this moon. Barroom promises and cheap perfume. We both know how this ends, but we're better at breaking than being friends. And as long as this jukebox plays our tune, we'll be singing in shadows and smelling like truth. Barroom promises and cheap perfume, a love too wild, a heart too soon. We dance in smoke, we fade in light, we fall apart about every night. But I take you back like I always do, with nothing left but a worn out tune. Barroom promises and cheap perfume.
We both know how this ends,
But we're better at breaking than being friends.
and as long as this jukebox plays our tune,
We'll be singing in shadows and smelling like truth. Barroom promises and cheap perfume, a love too wild, a heart too soon. We dance in smoke, we fade in light, we fall apart about every night. But I take you back like I always do, with nothing left but a worn out tune. Barroom promises and cheap perfume. You walked in like you didn't care, flip your hair like I wasn't there, but your boots pointed straight my way. Girl, your heart gave you away.
you sat down 2 stools too far, but kept glancing over at the bar. You laughed loud, but your eyes stayed blue. Boy, your boots told on you too.
You say you're over all we had,
But baby, you still look that mad.
ain't no shame in wanting to stay.
Your feet just gave your mouth away.
silence says, oh, why'd we say goodbye?
You wear that red like you moved on, but you played our song all night long away like you don't care. But girl, your boots still take you there.
You say you're gone, but you linger close.
You say it's done, but I still know we don't need a full review.
Our boots just
Walked us back to true.
Boots don't lie, but hearts do.
We're faking strong, but we're not through.
You cross the room just not to stay,
But every step says, come my way.
we keep pushing, me and you.
But our boots still find the truth.
You say you're gone, but your heart never flew.
Boots don't lie, but hearts do. Maybe we just talk too loud.
Maybe we both feel we both act too proud. Drop the show, our feet would take us home. Boots don't lie, but hearts do.
We keep pretending, but we both knew.
Every shuffle, every slide still brings us side by side. You say it's over,